Cabo de Gata is located in the most southeastern end of the Iberian Peninsula, on the territories of Almeria, Níjar, and Carboneras. It extends from the Bay of Almeria in the south, Sierra de Cabrera in the north, and meets its western limits between the Sierra de Gata and the Serreta de Níjar. Cabo de Gata is a zone that emerges from a huge volcanic chain that runs between Spain and North Africa, and it currently appears submerged almost in its entirety, emerging only in the Cabo de Gata and Alborán Island. The erosion on its lava and ash deposits has been creating these amazing landscapes for millions of years. Cabo de Gata was known by Phoenician navigators as the Caradimo Promontory. Later, the Greeks built a temple dedicated to Aphrodite in which perpetual fires were lit. Cabo de Gata. Later still, it was known by the Romans as the Venus Promontory. Finally, in the Middle Ages it took the name of Cabo de Gatas, from which its current name derives. The Romans had some settlements in the area, mainly dedicated to the fishing of tuna in tuna traps and salted fish, as well as the extraction of minerals. In the area of Carboneras, there were projects dedicated to the manufacture of coal, which gave the town its name. Subsequently, the Muslims settled in small villages in the most fertile areas, especially in the interior, dedicating themselves mainly to agriculture. The coast remained sparsely populated because of piracy. After the conquest of Almeria by the Catholic monarchs, the coast was depopulated. The continuous attacks of Berber pirates made the coasts too insecure to settle on them. Little by little, old watchtowers were restored and defensive castles were built, which enabled small settlements to be made around them. At the castles of St. Francis of Paula, the current Cabo de Gata Lighthouse, San Jose, the current barracks of the Civil Guard of San Jose, Alumbra's Tower in Rodalquiler, San Pedro, and San Andrés de la Carbonera, among others, they managed to establish population centers of different sizes around them. Some of these population centers grew to become the current towns, such as Carboneras and San Jose, while others were simply abandoned, as in the case of San Pedro. In 1863 were the inaugurations of the Cabo de Gata Lighthouse, located at Punta del Cuchillo and built on the ruins of the St. Francis of Paula Castle, and the Mesa Roldan Lighthouse, located at the northern end, on the limestone plateau of more than 200 meters that gives it its name. At the beginning of the 20th century, the fields of Cabo de Gata were a huge estate with plantations of wheat and barley, which explains the large number of flour mills that can be found throughout the natural park. Subsequently, the cultivation of cereals was changed to the cultivation of other plants that were less dependent on water, such as esparto grass or pita. During the first quarter of the 20th century, a mining town was built in Rodalquiler, and gold was extracted from its mines until 1966. Due to the lack of roads and communications, Cabo de Gata was saved from the unrestricted development of the 60s and 70s, which saturated all the Spanish coasts with buildings, preserving its sub-desert landscape almost intact. In 1987 it was declared a natural park, including 375 square kilometers of land space and 120 square kilometers of maritime zone, along its more than 50 kilometers of coastline. No words can really express the grandeur, nor can a photograph adequately portray the scale of the landscape that has evolved. To fully appreciate these features it is necessary to actually venture into a caldera, and the way to do that in the Cabo de Gata is by hiking up one of the Ramblas, dry gulches that provide easy access to the arid scrub-covered interior in this, Europe's last remaining desert. Strictly speaking, the Cabo de Gata is not a desert, it is known as a semi-arid zone due to the consistently high humidity levels, over 75%, caused by cold air from the inland Sierra Nevadas flowing down off the mountains to meet the warm, water-saturated Mediterranean air. There is heavy dew on the majority of nights, and it is this dew that keeps many of these succulent plants alive between rains that can be many years apart. The Ramblas, being depressions, tend to receive more dew than the surrounding land, hence the more luxurious vegetation. On the coast, the outlook is as wild. Where low sandstone cliffs emerge from the sea, the wind and waves have created fantastical sculptures and white sandy beaches. Isolated bays between basaltic cliffs provide some privacy if you are prepared to walk a short distance. During the summer and autumn, the water is as warm as a bath and as clear as crystal. Even in winter, it is not unpleasant. If you do visit, then remember your mask and snorkel. There is no better way to rid yourself of the dust of the interior. The whole coast and sea area is a protected marine reserve. Flora of the Cabo de Gata. It is the vegetation that first strikes you as you enter this region. Aloe plants dot the landscape among scrubby plants that look desiccated now, but after a shower turn green, flower and die back again in a matter of days. Wherever you look, on the plains, up the slopes, on the craggy hills, there is only a thin cover of spiky brown vegetation. Ramblas cut through a barren landscape. Making a living from the soil is difficult, and the population is as thin on the ground as the foliage. The Moors realized the area could be fertile if irrigated and built windmills to draw the water from subterranean springs and norias, animal-powered water-lifting devices to perform the same task. The area around the Moorish-style village of El Pozo de los Frailes has a number of examples of both. Cabo de Gata Níjar Biosphere Reserve. The Cabo de Gata Níjar was declared a biosphere reserve in 1997. It includes the Cape Gata Níjar Nature Park, as well as some of its surroundings. The Cape Gata Sierra is of volcanic origin, and its relief is characterized by sharp points of rock, dikes, craters, cornices, and domes. This geologic formation has resulted in one of the most stunning coastal sceneries on the Spanish Mediterranean coast. In the southern part of the reserve, there are coastal salt marshes, a habitat of great importance for numerous migratory bird species. Numerous species arrive in the summer, such as flamingos, wading birds, and seagulls. Thickets and herbaceous plants form the local flora, with many indigenous species among them. As for the seabed, it is home to species like the large-scaled scorpion fish, the comber, and the cardinal fish. As well as including the entire territory of the nature park and its surroundings, the Cape Gata Níjar Biosphere Reserve was declared a Special Bird Protection Area, ZIPA, and is included in the Ramsar Agreement under the category of Wetlands of International Importance. Cabo de Gata Níjar Geopark. The Cabo de Gata Níjar Natural Park joined UNESCO's Global Geoparks Network in 2006, and it is also a member of the European Geoparks Network. Don't miss the opportunity to visit Cabo de Gata at Almeria, Spain. Enjoy his beautiful nature landscapes and beaches. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to subscribe, it's free, share, hit the like button and visit other related videos at Time2 Videos, your channel.
海浪的声音，这一刻我们四目相对太近，爱舒服的叹气，闭上眼睛，我好想跟你在巴黎。我知道你不是故意，喜欢你大小不太需要化妆品。天亮了怎么挽留你？这么太太有点廉价，我叫不醒。想对你说声抱歉，你觉得我很不解。明天约了付钱 ，Scuba diving， I'm a diving， what？ 你生在 October，I'm a new chauffeur，put you in a rover， 半夜下落索粉 ，Brunello 西装开水，上到皮鞋项链，开来的后在外面，看见。It's my life。